Alright, so welcome, bro. Welcome, bro. Vet. Welcome back to another installment of Edutainment. Alright, so one of the few rarely talked about parts of marijuana is the anxiety that can arise when there's a lack of marijuana or you smoke too much. Oh, wait, hold up. Can y'all see me? Really? Can't see me? Let's fix that real quick. What's up? Alright, so one of the few talked about aspects of marijuana is the anxiety that can build up when you no longer have it to smoke, when in the situations where you are stressed or when you are socially anxious, or whenever you do smoke too much and you have an insanely high moment, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to get like a personal take on the matter courtesy of Nick, and I'll add my little 2 cents here and there and give a little commentary on the video. So no long talk, smash the like button, really rock on it, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. That's it. That's all I ask. It's free content, free video, free information. That's all I ask for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Marijuana detox anxieties. That's the topic of the video essentially. So let's go.
All right. So this is the first time I've ever done anything like this.
I know those ones.
This is about quitting marijuana
Mm.
and how much the first week has sucked. Because I was smoking probably, let's see, last 4 years, maybe a quarter a week. And then on weekends, if I had nothing going on, I might blow through an entire quarter in 2 days, which is insane. And then on the times when I couldn't get access to any kind of weed, I'd be texting all my buddies that I knew that dealt, probably 3 or 4 of them at a time, seeing who would get back to me first. And whoever that person was the person I'd go see at the end of the night to go pick up my bag, just so I could smoke myself retarded, and then, sorry for that word, smoke myself into a stupor, and then pass out, have a crappy sleep, wake up, smoke, do the same thing again. And that was pretty much what I've done.
What I've found is the more stuff you have going on, the less likely you are to constantly be smoking, because you realize that you aren't as productive and you're not as efficient when you're smoking all the time. Right? All the time is the issue. Once in a while, a couple times a week, once or twice a week, it's chill. Even less than that is cool too. But like once you're doing it all the time, that's when you are no longer at your productive self, or you're not getting shit done like it should be. And like the motto I always say for this year going forward is to stack your money, act broke, get your bread, and all that comes too. But you won't be able to perform at your optimal if you're always high. Weed is supposed to be an enhancer once in a while, not a crutch that you use just cause you're bored. And why are you always bored? That means you don't got enough going on with you, right? You're not hollering at girls, you're not building a business, you gotta do shit. The more shit you do, and I know you probably, when you found this video, you probably realize, yo, I'm trying to do more shit, but this weed is holding me back financially, time-wise, just, it's not allowing you to get to that next level or next ceiling of life.
Last 4 years, maybe a little less than 4. And probably what precipitated that was I was dating a girl for a while and also smoking. I was also in a punk band for a while, and they were really into smoking, and it was a big band, and I was playing drums, and it was fun to get back into playing shows and feeling like it was important and everything. Because I've been playing punk music since I was 15. And that little door that opened when I started smoking kind of opened up the habit again, which I had gotten rid of for a long time. And I used to have a lot of problems with smoking, because it used to give me anxiety, and it would make me get really paranoid and quiet to the point where I just wouldn't even go outside. So I knew deep down that it wasn't for me. But since I started living on my own, any of those issues weren't an issue, because if I was alone smoking, I was going to get those paranoid thoughts about being around people. So it started cycling and turning into a thing. By the way, I'm recording this on my shitty photo booth camera.
It's all good, bro.
So
information was
apologies for the quality. Perhaps maybe later on in life I will update to something a little bit nicer. Anyways, where was I? Quitting. So yeah, a week ago, I got home from a wedding. I had a really bad hangover. Amazing wedding. And I decided to eat some edibles and didn't know my own limit and ate too much of them and smoked. And I think I had some sort of hypoglycemic dip or something, because apparently when you have too much THC, your body can just go bananas. And woke up in a pool of sweat, and I was like, you know what, this is it. I can't smoke this stuff anymore.
He ate too many edibles. The recommended dosage when you're eating edibles is 5 milligrams. Especially if you're eating an edible for the first time, or a new strain of edible, or a new cup of candy. 5 milligrams, you wait an hour, no, at least 2 hours. And then if you haven't felt anything yet, then add another extra 5 milligrams.
Linda, listen. Linda, listen.
Okay.
But it's always better to have an underwhelming experience than an overwhelming experience, and you all of a sudden like you have like your panic attack, anxiety attack, stuff like that, right? And even in the case of a panic attack or anxiety attack, what you want to be doing is to sniff black pepper or lemon. These two things have an entourage effect that essentially counteract the THC, the excessive THC that's in your system, and bring your high down essentially. So 5 milligrams. And also you want to understand that if you are on an empty stomach, the edible will be consumed faster in your system. And it's very important for edible usage that you wait at least 2 hours, just to give yourself enough time for the edible to kick in.
I need to quit. I need to be done with this, get this out of my system. 5 days later, no sleep, holy shit.
5 days later?
Burning skin sensations, pools of sweat in the middle of the night, changing it 2 times a night.
Shit.
I've been laying down in the shower when my anxiety was super ridiculous, just so I could have the heat on me, just to like calm my body down. And that seemed to work for a while. And that went on for about 5 straight days.
Wow.
And the only thing that sort of helped is I went out grocery shopping, bought a bunch of healthy food, got a bunch of vitamin C pills, like all these things that I kept reading about online just to calm myself down. And I think taking a day off in the middle of the week from work, because I did have a cold, it was pretty bad. I think that helped to kind of get my mind right in what I was trying to do during this like little detox. But it got me realizing that like the amount that I've used this drug was absurd. And nobody should be smoking every day, even if you like the plant, because I still love it. But I think for right now, it's not going to be part of my life indefinitely, which is fine. I've had my fun with it, and I think unfortunately, due to the way that I've used it, I don't know if I can necessarily trust myself to go and smoke it again.
See, that's the thing. If you are someone right now who, you know, you're going towards the abuse side of the weed, once you start abusing it too much, it's hard for you to go back to using it at a moderate and healthy level, right? So if you can avoid it, tone it down to once or twice a week so that you can still use it recreationally once in a while without ever being addicted to it, or ever being hooked to it. But if you've already started abusing it, then it's very hard to go back and use it responsibly.
I can do it responsibly. And maybe I can. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I'm just here to say, 1 weekend, it was a terrible experience, but it is real, and it does go away. Still dealing with it a little bit. Be a little apprehensive when it's bedtime, because that's when it starts getting on my mind that am I going to sleep? Am I going to wake up in a pool of sweat? Blah, blah, blah. It's not fun. Literally feels like you're coming off of the worst drugs in your life, which is absurd because it's weed, and everybody says weed's not addictive. That's just a load of crap. If you're a person that has, you know, a semblance of an IQ, you're going to realize that anything that has a chemical in it that messes with the dopamine regulation system and the reward system, when you deprive yourself of those things, your brain is not going to know what to do with itself. And I'm not talking about somebody that smokes once a week. If you smoke once a week, you're probably not going to go through withdrawal. If you smoke once a month, you're definitely not going to go through withdrawal. But if you're smoking 3 or 4 balls a day, and you're doing this for a year straight, 2 years straight, 10 years straight, taking something dramatically out of your system at that, like cold turkey, your brain's going to go haywire for a little while. Maybe it won't. Maybe you'll be lucky. But from what I've seen online, including I think it's called the DSM diagnostic material, whatever the fuck it's called, they are now including marijuana withdrawal in their psychological profiles for withdrawal symptoms, and it's going to be a real thing. And it's probably because the amount of bud that people have, or the kind of bud people have access to is so potent these days, about 20%. There's no CBDs in anything, which is actually really important in the marijuana you smoke, because that is sort of the antagonist to THC, to making sure that while THC binds to your brain, you get the CBDs that also have other properties that are very important if you're smoking a plant. You can smoke CBDs to relieve pain, and you won't get high, and that's a great thing if you don't want psychoactive issues. So that's the main problem. People just smoke too much now, and withdrawal's a real thing. So I'm just here kind of riffing, talking about my own experience here. I've been talking for like 7 minutes, Jesus Christ. And I made a lot of changes this week. It's only been a week. Training for a half marathon, which I've been training for a while, even though I've been smoking. Just so I can get rid of the rest of my chubbiness. And, oh yeah, here we go. Planet Fitness, free shirt and everything. That's just my Sunday shirt because I'm doing laundry. But yeah, it sucks. It's real. Oh, and I did ask the doctor for a little help with the medicine, so I decided to ask for Klonopin, which I did have a prescription for a long time ago because I've had a history of anxiety. It goes, it comes, it goes, it comes. Sometimes it's gone for a year, sometimes it's back for 6 months, then it's gone for 2 years, who knows. People's brains are just fucked up. And yeah, just the way it is. And I think part of it comes with me being a super creative guy. I do a lot of things, work in video production, do a lot of band stuff. I write a whole bunch of music. I drink way too much coffee. That's one thing I would say if you're quitting weed and detoxing, cut that out of your system right now. The other thing too is try to get as much vitamin C out of real fruits and vegetables and stuff as you can. Don't just rely on like all these supplements to get you through all these things, because foods break the blood-brain barrier and supplements don't, because there's not enough things for them to combine with in order to get into your bloodstream and then affect your brain. So just eat a healthy diet. It's just life 101.
Especially like every day, anywhere possible, walk a bit more. Like if you are about to go grocery shopping, park a little bit farther so you can get an extra bit of walking in, extra some sunlight D, some vitamin D from the sun, stuff like that, right? You want to get into the habit of just being a bit more active, right? Rather than taking the escalator, take the stairs. Just try and make yourself active, not just sedentary, or not just active, right? Some people are active, some people are sedentary. I mean, they don't do any exercise, any like really movement. Then some people are actively sedentary. They have an hour or two maybe of a workout, and then the rest of the day they're sedentary. But want to make movements a part of your day. Whenever you can, just move a bit. Just every hour and a half after you've been sitting down for a while, do a couple push-ups, go for a little walk around your office, and then come back and sit. This stuff will allow you to keep your mind off of wanting to smoke weed and just in general, just propelling you towards a more healthy lifestyle.
If you can, I mean, if you're not sleeping right, eating right, and just, if you're not doing your life 101 shit, you're gonna be so fucked. So just get your life in order while you're quitting. You might as well do it then. Even though you feel like shit, just start then. I've heard that it goes away in about a month. You can experience, maybe depression, maybe anxiety, night sweats,
insomnia.
Let's see what else.
Lack of appetite.
What did I experience? I had burning skin. Holy shit, that was the worst. I felt depersonalized, or whatever that is, that dream feeling. I also felt this weird feeling in my chest, like this forever dark feeling. I think Louis C.K. talks about it on some Conan skit, which I think is hilarious. He's a comedy guy. All those things are a little nuts. But yeah, I do think this is a good thing, and I think I was using weed in general to relieve myself from a little bit of mental anguish, because I've grown up with a pretty rough life, and I think half of it's of my own doing, and the other half is a situational. Everybody has a pretty tough life, so it's important to. Sorry, my computer went to sleep there for a second. It's important to figure out why you started doing it, which is going to aid in your recovery, and then you can make moves to remedy the reason why you cut it out. I also had.
Yeah, why did you start smoking? Just a few things. Why did you start smoking? Why do you want to quit? And what is the reason behind like the desire to quit in the first place? What do you notice about weed that's holding you back, that's not allowing you to get to where you want to be in life, right? Why did you start smoking? And then why do you want to quit? Those are the two main things you want to ask yourself. Again, if you want resources to help you quit forever, or maybe just for a couple months, or for a 30-day detox, just to see how life would be like without weed, links in the description for all relevant resources. But yo, God bless, much love, peace and joy. Namaste. Remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And always remember, always, 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 too much of any good thing is good for nothing. Alright, my G. Deuces.
I'ma take you up, put a middle finger right here, cause they don't understand the way that I came through, cause they don't understand the way that I came here. Only made a couple bands on my revelation.